Well, hello and welcome to After the Show. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis, and I am so excited for today's episode because we're going to get a little creative. We're going to talk about the five senses and how you can integrate them into your store. I've got three specific examples, like structured ways of doing this that we'll cover today. Plus, I'm going to sing some songs for you. Are you excited? I hope you are. This will be a very special After the Show. This is dropping a couple days before Thanksgiving, so maybe you're just busy and not even listening to this till later. But man, I just hope you're having a really wonderful time. I love this time of year, spending time with family and friends, but I know for our retailers, it's so busy. So we're going to get right down to things. Before I dive in, we have a Cyber Monday sale that's happening right now. It's ending December 6th. You can save 35% on Get Listed. This is done for you listings management. You can go to rootedinretail.com, click on services, and then Get Listed to learn more, read how this can really benefit your store, especially during the holidays. We want to have holiday store hours, holiday themed pictures, your events that you have going on. My team can add all that for you. Save 35% by using the code CYBER at checkout. All right, let's dive into some really fun, creative ideas. So Felix, he is like the luxury guy. He was talking about ways to integrate luxury into your store. He works with a lot of luxury brands. I hope you loved his episode. It was so fun to sit down in person. And something he brought up was the five senses. So that is where I really wanted to go with today's After the Show. So I want to cover three different ideas for you. The first, this is what we're going to go over: unique and themed sensory experiences, practical and easy to implement. So you can watch this after the show and then go right into your store and implement some of these things. And then out of the box and above and beyond ideas. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to sing to you. So first up, I love this idea for retailers. And if you do any of these, you have to tell me. You can email me. I'm Crystal at rootedinretail.com. You can share in our Facebook group. You can share pictures. Like, you got to tell me. All right. So this one is where every season or every month, you're creating a new theme that immerses your customers in store. And we're using all five senses. So sight. You could adjust the lighting and colors that reflects the different season or the different month. So let's say it's fall right now as I'm filming this. You could use warm amber lights, deep colored decor. With spring, we're brightening things up. We might have brighter colors or pastels that we're using in our lighting. Okay, so sight. Of course, we could do this with signage. We could do this with different colors within the store, but those are some good ways. Obviously, product helps lend to that too. Then sound, we could have seasonal soundscapes, rain during the spring, birds chirping for summer, crackling fireplaces in the winter. You could do this within your store, just general, like I hear these sounds everywhere. Or maybe you have little sections within your store that would make sense to have some different sounds happening as well. One thing too, I have to listen to music whenever I'm working. I just always have to have music on. And when it's rainy, like it is today, I'll put on rainy playlist. So you can adapt some of your playlists based on the weather, season, things like that. Then the smell, you could introduce subtle seasonal scents through obviously candles. Maybe ideally you sell these candles, diffusers, a scent machine. If you don't sell any kind of scented items, then a scent machine could be a really great way for you to do that. Felix and I talked a little bit about that on this week's episode. Fall, we've got pumpkin and cinnamon, nutmeg. Those are so great for now. Peppermint for the winter times, fresh grass for summer, especially like that first couple weeks of summer. You could have this like diffuser or this scent machine sort of as I walk into your store and I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells like summer in here. Like it's so cool. Then for taste, you could have some different samples that align to that theme. So gingerbread cookies during December and the winter time, fresh mint lemonade. Like imagine people coming into your store during the summer and they smell the grass. And then all of a sudden one of your team members is like, do you want a cup of our signature mint lemonade? Okay, I am saying heck yes. And my husband, Dustin, is saying heck yes, can I have two? This gets us, it's an experience, right? Now I'm having the lemon mint, I'm shopping, I'm listening to summer upbeat, fun music. I smell the grass. Like it's just a really cool experience. This is stuff, you guys, that your customers are going to post on Instagram. They're going to post on TikTok. They're going to be like, I was at the coolest store today. When I first walked in, I could smell grass. They handed me a cup of their signature lemonade that had mint in it and infused mint. Then I started walking around and it was the music was so bright and cheery. Like I didn't want to leave this store. That they'll get them to be your viral sales soldiers for you and create that content for you. Finally, we have touch. So you could have different textured, rich decor elements, blankets during the fall and winter that's really cozy, different seating areas that are more soothing, like cool river stone. I hear this stone, I can touch it. I have the water feel on the sand raking. I can touch that. And maybe that's really great for summertime, like a beach setup that you have. You know, there's some fun things that you can do there. I see the river being springtime. So those, okay, so that's a monthly seasonal type adding the five senses. Now let's talk about something that's just practical, something that you could just implement into your everyday store. So we're going to focus on interactive, small, easy things. First, for site, we could do a display. It could be printed or digital. I do really like the idea of digital because then you can change this display out. So it's fresh, it's new, it's different. This could be an iPad display with different images of maybe bestsellers or bundles or tip or demo or how to, or, you know, made it on Oprah's list or whatever, like some of those visual aspects that people could be seeing that's changing that people could go through. For sounds, you could have soft background music that reflects your vibe. Again, maybe you have your own playlist and maybe people love your playlist. So you even have a QR code that they could scan and get it on Spotify. Fun way to connect with a store. Maybe there are different stations that have different sounds like we talked about earlier that kind of connects and makes sense. You might also have different stations with different scents too, depending on the kind of store that you are. For smell, you could have different jars, diffusers, maybe lavender for more calming. Like, what do you want your customers to feel overall? If we're not going to change this for the seasons, let's say, but we want our signature scent, which I loved when we talked about this with Felix, you know, having your signature scent that when people smell that, let's say it is a lemon lavender, they might smell that somewhere else and they're going to think of your store. That's pretty powerful to have your customers thinking about you that way. So how are we pulling that in? Or maybe it's more higher energy and it's citrusy. Like, do you have a signature scent that you could have throughout the whole store or maybe different areas? For taste, you could have little samples that maybe if you sell food items, samples, that's going to be easy for you. But maybe there is some sort of food or beverage option that you could have that does kind of go with your brand, with your customers. Of course, time of year, you know, maybe with the winter times, we're doing some hot chocolates or they're testing some of those fun things, a bite-sized treat. Maybe it's just like, hey, we have these little candies. Dustin and I were recently at Disney World, and as we're checking into our hotel, it was Halloween, and there are bowls of candy. It doesn't matter if it's Halloween or not. Dustin Pizer is eating the candy. He will eat the candy and he'll be so happy if he saw on your register somewhere in the store that you had candy he could take. So that is a nice taste aspect that you could easily integrate to the store. And you could even have your signature candy. Like, people know that you always carry X in store. Then touch, you can have signage that says touch me, feel me, squeeze me, those kinds of things to interact, to get people to use the item, the toy, to be able to feel how soft things are. When you have signage that actually tells people to do something, they're more likely to actually do it. So that's a good way to get them engaging and touching with items. Okay, the last part, this is just thinking a little bit bigger. Okay, something maybe for a bigger event we're doing. We want to make a bigger splash. We want to have some fun press. So these are kind of out of the box where for site, we could completely transform the environment. So winter is coming up, Christmas time, winter wonderland. On the show, I talked about a Christmas carnival for one of our retailers who called in and had a question about how to make her holiday open house different. Doing something that completely takes over the full store. So when I walk in, I'm like sensory, like maybe for some people it might be overload, but I love that. Do it that makes sense for your customers. But there might be really bright, fun, shining lights or just this whole theme that's just really cool. There's a retailer who does a Harry Potter really cool event where she has decor everywhere. It's all Harry Potter, like so visually stimulating that's connected to that theme. Really fun things you could do. Projecting lights. Lewis store, Emily, who was on a few weeks ago, she talked about how they'll project on the side of her building Christmas movies. That's another way to add in that site. Are there things you can be projecting in your store, outside your store? Then for sound, live would be cool, right? Having a DJ, a musician, a beautiful singer, something that really connects with the theme of your event or with your customers. What if you always had like live music Fridays, or, you know, every once a month you had somebody come in and it was just a gathering place? Like, I just feel like that could be really fun. Maybe you also have a signature song and that's how they end their performances. Some fun things you can do there for sure. Even sound effects. Maybe there are some fun ways to use sound effects within your store. Obviously, some product might have some sound effects too. For smell, you could partner with a local fragrance maker. I don't know if that's the right name for these people, but Dustin, I'm talking about him a lot in this episode today, my husband, he is a realtor. He's got a really great listing here in Colorado. And it was a part of Parade of Homes. If you don't know what Parade of Homes is, it's this event. It happens 2 weekends out of the year, and several houses are on the Parade of Homes. And you go and you see the map and you go into all these homes, and they're just often really beautiful and they're staged and really fun to go do that. I actually grew up doing that as a kid with my aunt and grandma. And so he was on the Parade of Homes and they had a local fragrance person there. So she put in fragrances all throughout the house, and she had a table where she could talk to people about her fragrances, what she does, create a scent for your home. And that girl was busy. That was really smart. You could even bring somebody like that into your store and have people create their own custom home scent. What a fun aspect to add to an event or party. But you could have your own custom scent like Felix and I talked about. Tasting, you could do a tasting bar. They're sampling maybe local treats too. Maybe you don't have any food aspect, but you're partnering with somebody in the community to donate or provide, or maybe you're buying it at a low cost, or wholesale, or whatever kind of agreement you can work out. And then they are getting the candy, the treats, the drinks, whatever it may be. Infused waters, mocktails are so fun. Like, that's definitely above and beyond. You might sell those little packets to make mocktails. So maybe you have those that you're making in the store. Again, this could be like just next level where you offer this all the time, but it's really like, whoa, what an experience. Or maybe it's just something that you're doing for an event. And then finally, touch, interactive displays, things where again, the texture, the cozy. You could also do things where people are doing like back massages, hand massages, reflexology, stretching, different ways that people are working with a professional in your store, that they are actually being touched, and create that experience. I do love the idea of a chair massage or hand massage. Those things are always so nice. Or like paraffin wax, where I could put my hand in and now I feel all fabulous after the paraffin wax. Really fun things, again, that people are then going to talk about with their friends. They're going to post it on social media. They're going to think about that experience. They're going to want to join your mailing list so they don't miss the next event. Just really fun ideas. Okay, so those are just some ideas to bring in the five senses into your store. Before I start singing to I Want to Know, are you doing some of this already? Can you check all five? Yep, we are knocking it out of the park with all five. Or is there an area of opportunity? Or is there something you're listening to and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm totally doing this and I can't wait to do it? Will you tell me? You can email me, crystal@rootedinretail.com, or I would rather you share it in our Facebook group so other people can hear from you and learn from you too. Okay. Now, on this episode with Felix, he talked about that it has been proven that using 165 beats per minute gets shoppers to stay longer. So what songs would that be? Well, here's the deal. You can go in to AI, you can ask for, I'm sure maybe you can Google this too, but I would use ChatGPT or whatever kind of AI you use and ask for, give me a list of songs that are 165 beats per minute. And then you could create a playlist out of these. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're using right, copyright, like if you're paying for Spotify for this or Pandora or whatever that looks like. But here's some of them. So I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. That one, right? Like if I'm shopping, I'm listening to that. I'm totally singing. I'm dancing. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the I don't know the words to that one, but right? That one. Or what about wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Super fun, right? Again, you got me dancing in the store. I'm feeling good. This is a fun place to be. Beat It, Beat It by Michael Jackson. That's another one. Walk Like an Egyptian. Do, 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 do. Right? That's such a fun one. Or what about Uptown Girl? She's been living in a... I hope you're singing along with me. And I hope you're like singing the lyrics louder. And you're like, gosh, Crystal, you really should have had the lyrics in front of you. This would have been a lot better. You see the name of these and you're like, oh, I could sing that. And then you realize you don't know the lyrics at all. Footloose is on this list. Jump, Dance with Myself, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. So I hope that you're getting an idea of some of those songs and that beat. Use that as a tool. And I'd be so curious. Do you see customers staying longer in the store? Do you see them dancing? Do you see them maybe posting about it? What's the energy like in the store? Now, obviously, if your store is meant to be like super zen, we are chilling, we have a vibe, we're not playing that kind of music here, then that is totally fine. You have your own brand, you've got your vibe, stick to it. If not, though, like if you're looking for that or you're just more general and you're looking for a way to really engage your customers, then try this 165 beats per minute and let me know how it goes. All right. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving or had a wonderful Thanksgiving after you're listening to this. Be sure to check out our Cyber Monday deal. Use the code CYBER to save 35% off on Get Listed. And also you lock in that price. It won't go up. You lock in your discounted price. So that is a great savings for you. And if you want to book a call and learn more, you can do that right from our site, rootedinretail.com. Hit book a call. All right. This was so fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm rooting for your success and have a great week ahead. Bye. Okay, I have exciting news to share. The Rooted in Retail Mastermind is launching this January. It's your chance to connect deeper with me, the retail pros from the show, and an incredible community of resilient retailers, both online and in person, with several meetups throughout the year. Get on the waitlist at rootedinretail.com/waitlist. And don't just listen to the show, be a part of the magic and grow your store with us. I hope to see you there.